What is up, GLE Network? It's the Christmas special. Phil here, solo episode today, really reflecting on 2020. It's been a crazy year. If you went back to 2019 and asked me what I would have done in 2020, you would not have gotten this response from me. You wouldn't have gotten what I ended up doing in 2020. You wouldn't have gotten anything related to this COVID pandemic fiasco. And I just got to recap because it's been an absolute crazy year. My eyes look a little weird right now. If you're watching the video, I just had LASIK surgery. So I got all sorts of like bruises around my eyes and I've been putting in drops all day. So humor me there. But I really want to share a couple thoughts with you because I've really been reflecting and I've watched some of my favorite leaders, my favorite mentors, official close mentors to me and my unofficial ones that I watch in podcasts and other things. And I hear the things they're talking about. And I was reflecting on my 2020. I was reflecting on just the GLE podcast. And we'll just focus on that for today because going into this year, I had thought about starting a podcast many times and I had no clue where to start. I had no clue what to do. And it wasn't until I got connected with the right individuals who could share some thoughts with me and really encourage me and push me over that edge to start that thing I'd been thinking about and really take that action that I'd been procrastinating on. And it was really that fear of the unknown. It was I didn't really know how to achieve that result quickly. And it's so important. And I can't emphasize enough. If you learn anything from GLE in 2020, learn that who you spend time with matters. It matters a lot. Like it matters more than just about anything. It matters a whole lot. And people tell you that. People tell you that when you're young. Oh, you are who you hang around and blah, blah, blah. It's true. If whoever's closest to you, the 5 people closest to you, you're going to end up like them. So how do you get close to people you want to be like is the question. And who do you want to be like is the question. And what do you want to do? What do you want to achieve? I hadn't thought about what I wanted to achieve in life ever until I was 30. I was 30 going into 31 year, and it was last New Year's, almost a year ago. I sat down and made some goals. Starting a podcast, I don't even think that was on my goals. It might have been on my goals. Actually, it might have been on my goals. I have to go back and look. We're about at the time to recycle the goals, but a lot of the goals that we had, I had never sat down and really thought, okay, where do I want to be 2021, 2024, 2025? It doesn't really make sense to plan more than 3 to 5 years out, honestly. Like there's so much variability. You don't really know. So 3 to 5 years is a good timeline. So if you don't make goals, you need to make goals. You need to understand where you want to go. You need to have a vision for your future, and plans change. Like you don't have to like stick to them like some law, but if you don't have a vision of where you're trying to go, you're going to miss opportunities to get there. So I just wanted to recap a little bit about 2020 and GLE. In this year, I've had the opportunity to meet a ton of people. I've had the opportunity to interview many people. I've had the opportunity to partner in business with people. I've had the opportunity to finally embark on real estate adventures. I've had the opportunity to excel at corporate crusades. I've had the opportunity to do all sorts of things that I hadn't had the opportunity to do before. It's really been a tremendous year of growth and learning for me. I haven't done everything perfect in 2020. I'm not perfect. But one thing I did realize is for a long time, I was fearful of failure. I was fearful of putting myself out there. And 2020 has been a really fun year for me to step out of my comfort zone and try some things that were very uncomfortable for me. And I had to get out of myself and realize that I was being selfish. I was being way too internally focused, and I wasn't focused on bringing other people value. So this year, I've met franchisors, I've met entrepreneurs, I've met podcast hosts, I've met best-selling authors, car enthusiasts, PR professionals, leadership coaches, corporate executives, family members. I've had the opportunity to interview college students, even real estate moguls, CEOs of financial institutions, fitness experts, professional athletes, collegiate coaches, industry professionals, mindset and thought leaders, and public speakers. I've had the opportunity to have detailed conversations with people from all walks of life, and I've learned a ton. And what I've learned most is that for a long time, I had my head down and was in my own world and was just going through the motions, living an accidental life, living a life of whatever came to me, living a life of the little world I knew because of the people I by default was around. There's nothing wrong with that. So if you're doing that too and you like that, do you. Like, don't take this as a criticism. But I will say this, if you want and aspire to more, there's more out there. There's more than accidental association. There's more than just letting life come to you. There is getting a clear vision for what you want out of your life. There is getting a clear vision of the type of lifestyle you want to create. There is consciously, deliberately seeking out mentorship from people that are doing things that you want to be doing. There is so much out there. So much out there. Don't be like me. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and fail and wait till you're 30. The best time to start is 10 years ago. Second best time's today. Don't wait. If you have stuff you want to do, get really clear on it. Writing is formalized thinking. Write down what you want. Get really clear on what you want. Write it down and pursue it and fail. Don't be afraid to fail. That you got to really think through the consequences of your failures, because for a long time I feared failure. I thought I had to always do good. And I don't know if it's the school mentality of just getting good grades or whatever, but I was always afraid to like mess up. And you're too careful. Everybody screws up. You got to ask yourself, okay, I screwed up. Like, what's the consequence? Well, we're still better than we were when I started. Well, okay. Like, that's not so bad. Like, that's like a non-consequence. And honestly, that's like the majority of most endeavors that I've found. There's other things you can try. Hey, you take financial risk. Okay. You buy a real estate endeavor. Okay. What's the worst that can happen? Maybe you have to sell it. Maybe you take a little loss. The downside, when you really think through, like I was talking with one of my podcast guests about real estate downside, and he was like, worst thing that can happen is I have to move in with my parents. It's like, is that really that bad? I mean, if you're married and have kids, like, yeah, that might not be what you want to do, but is it that bad? It's really not like that bad, like, you just have to think through the risk and don't be so risk averse. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. There are times when mistakes are not acceptable, and there are times when making a mistake really isn't that big a deal. Don't just focus on not making mistakes for the sake of not making mistakes. And people that focus on those things have really short-sighted thinking. They're not looking long-term. They're not seeing that growth opportunity. You got to take some risks. You got to put yourself out there and don't worry about those situations. So 2020, for all you folks out there who maybe have tried something new, like we did here at GLE, maybe you're doing things, maybe you're challenged because you are spending so much time working towards your goals. You're working and working and working, and maybe you're not getting the results you want. I challenge you. Maybe you have a lifestyle that you're envisioning, and whatever you're doing is not getting you there. If that's you, then we should talk, because the people that I've met just in this year, I mean, after a single year of actively pursuing mentorship from people, I'm now connected to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of new people doing all sorts of things. All sorts of things. If you want to do something, or you have goals and a lifestyle dream that whatever you're doing right now does not fit, let's talk. Go to goleadeverything.com. Come talk to me. Let's get you connected to some of the people in the GLE network, because what I'm passionate about is helping people understand possibilities. I'm passionate about empowering people with mindset to achieve whatever they're trying to achieve. And if what you're trying to achieve is to be the best teacher that you can be, then great. Like, I will connect you to some of the greatest teachers I know, and we can help you get there. If what you're trying to achieve is being a 8-figure business owner, I know some 8-figure business owners. I know some 9-figure business owners. Let's talk. Let's see if we can connect you. Let's see what your mindset's like. Let's see what your goals even are. Do you know someone who's doing what you want to be doing? Is question number 1. Do you? Because if you don't, then maybe we could solve that problem. Maybe we could connect you. And if you're not listening and reading and really growing your mind every day and taking advantage of mentorship from the millions of possible mentors out there that put out content, that's an easy investment decision. That's something we should all be doing. And we all, anybody who's successful, they all have one thing in common. They're always readers. They're always soaking up podcasts and all sorts of information all the time. So today, as we're wrapping up 2020, this is the Christmas special. It's not that special, but I really want to get it in your head. If you have goals and dreams and things that you've thought about, or maybe you don't even know how to think about your goals and dreams, maybe you've never thought that way, let's talk. Because I've seen people ask people questions. I've asked people questions. I have been asked questions where my light bulb goes off and I go, no one's ever asked me that before. I've literally never thought like that before. And it's the whole rich dad, poor dad thing. If you know Robert Kiyosaki, if you haven't read that book, Basic Business book, you got to read it. But it's the difference in mindset between the way people think. And if you don't have the mindset, you're not going to get the result. So focus on your mindset. If you want to talk mindset, go to goleadeverything.com. Schedule time with me. You can click find out more and schedule time with me. Let's talk. Let's talk mindset. Let's brainstorm, because GLE wants to connect people. GLE wants a powerful network of leaders around the world who have core values of faith, love, integrity, and courage, who want to do great things for the right reasons, who want to sow seeds of good in the world, who aspire to more, who are hungry for more. That's what GLE is about. And if you're one of those people, then we should talk. We should figure out how we can get to your goals. We should figure out what your goals even should be based on your mindset and what you want. We should figure out how to stretch your thinking. Maybe when we talk, you'll realize that your goals were way smaller than they even should be. Or maybe they're way bigger than anything I could even think, right? Like you might stretch me, and now I meet a new person and I can connect people to you. So, if you're interested in being on the show, If you're interested in learning more about what we do at GLE, if you're interested in just having a brief mindset consultation, go to goleadeverything.com, schedule some time. Let's chat. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Networks are invaluable. I want to help. And the people I'm connected with are changing my world. They're changing my world in many more ways than one. So, in less than 1 year of actively pursuing mentorship, I am having my world changed. My worldview is changing, and it's good. It's a tremendous year of growth in 2020. And it probably wouldn't have happened without COVID, honestly. Some of it would have. Maybe it would have. I don't know. But it started all like right in the COVID time frame. And one of the mentors that is not a personal mentor, but someone in public that I listen to his content, Ed Milet, he's always saying that everything happens for us and not to us. And I'm a big believer that you are exactly where you need to be. I've been saying this on my social lately. If your mindset isn't there, you're not going to have it. So focus on your mindset, focus on growing your mindset. Wherever you are right now is exactly where you need to be. So do your best to your God-given ability in the station in life where you are today. That doesn't mean you can't work and take action and aspire to more. So always do those things, but give thanks, be grateful for what you have. Happiness is not a destination, it's a way of life. Be happy, be grateful with what God's given you. We're all thankful and blessed and super grateful for what we've been given. But don't be afraid to stretch yourself in your thinking and actively seek out mentorship. Moose barking crazy. My camera dog gets distracted. Anyway, I love you all. Fight the good fight. It's been an awesome 2020. I can't wait to spend 2021 and beyond with you. If you like this content, share it with people who can benefit from it. And let's go get it in 2021. Don't make New Year's resolutions. Make a 3 to 5 year goal plan, starting with your 2021 plan of how you're going to achieve what you're going to achieve. And let's go lead everything we do. Y'all go lead everything.